Hey teachers, it's Carolyn from Carolyn's Creative Classroom. I know some of you have tuned into my Make It Mondays for the dramatic play and all the fun fire safety creations. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on YouTube and then come back here because today is the reveal day where I'm going to give you a tour of the dramatic play Fire Station Fire Rescue. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the lobby area and the welcome to the fire station. All of the printables you see here are on my TPT store, Carolyn's Creative Classroom. Every single one of my areas would have a open or closed, and since the fire station is open 24/7, I have no hours, but it just says open for this particular set. Like every dramatic play, each area has an open and closed sign, and this lets the students know whether they're allowed to be in that area or not. So you will see open and closed sign for each one of my areas. Turning around here, you also see that each one of my areas has an I can, and like I've mentioned before, I'll X out if they lose that ability to, or let's say something breaks and they can't, let's say the phone breaks and they can't answer the phone, I'll exit out. But it also gives the kids an idea of what they can do in each station, and it just helps the flow of the play. Coming over here, we have the tour schedule, and everything you see in this creation I have linked. So the spines for this and the binding machine I've linked into the TPT products so you can see where I purchased it. They have the tour schedule of the dramatic play, and then they're going to practice writing names. So they'll answer the phone, and then they're writing letters, and for kindergarten you'll make sure that they're writing with capital letters for the beginning letter. Just lots of skills that you get to include in such a fun play. They have phone messages, so you're practicing phone numbers. They're practicing writing names on who called. So all of them will have these cool necklaces, depending on like what they are. So I try to include a male and female options and lots of variety of different kinds of people in each one of my setups. Coming around here, you have the garage. Again, another I can. So they get to pretend to wash the truck and they're going to drive safe. We talk a lot about safety, following the map, and fixing the truck. I have the tools. And then I purchased the fire truck and the plane on Amazon. They have reserved parking signs so that we know exactly where they go when we clean up. Coming over here, we have the dorm room. Another I can where they can pretend to take a nap, they can make the bed, they can watch TV, they can read a book. And then I have a little TV window clip art there. I have a pillow, and I have, this is actually one of those blankets that they can wrap into. So they have the fine motor and gross motor skills that you're hitting on, all these different areas. There's a purpose and a reason why I have everything in here, and it hits so many standards, but the kids are still having fun, so they don't even realize. The eating area, another I can, so they could talk with their friends, they could pretend to eat, because we talk a lot about pretending with eating, and that they're not actually going to put the food in their mouth. And then cleaning up. Coming around here, you have the fire tools. And like every single dramatic play, I have labels for everything so the students know exactly where everything goes. I know you're going to ask me where I purchased all of this. It's all in my TPT product. You have a link to everything. And here's one of our Make It Mondays, which is a fire extinguisher. So go check that video out on TPT, or I mean YouTube. And coming over here, we have the doghouse, which I purchased on Amazon, and the Sparky Fire Dog, his food, water, all those came from different sets. Again, I link everything. I have printable phones just in case you don't have a phone, printable gas detectors, and if you don't have any helmets, I do have printable helmets that you can make with the kids. Same with walkie-talkies. Here's our road map. I make one road map that has things that are in our dramatic play, like the forest fire and the fire station and a crash, somebody injured, our gas station. But then I have a blank one so that students can write and really use their fine motor and creative skills so they can make their own map. And then I laminated it so that it can be used with dry erase markers and reused each time. Another Make It Monday, which is our air tank. So go check that out on YouTube. Coming over here, we have the workout room. So they're going to pretend to work out. They're going to count their reps, so we're hitting another standard. If you're in kindergarten, maybe have them count by 5s, 10s. And then they're going to practice putting it away. Responsibility. These weights came from Amazon. They are where you can fill water in them, so they'll be heavier. I didn't put any water in it. We're just going to play it without water at first. We'll see how it goes. And then you have the storage closet where they can clean the building, wash the truck, take the trash out. Another purchase on Amazon, which I've used in so many different setups. I try to reuse as many things as possible. Then we have our firefighter books, which they can read in their dorm room. I link to all of the books. And I'm going to be doing a separate video on the firefighter books and why I chose these. And how this one's really woman empowerment and how it talks about a woman firefighter to, obviously, we all love Pete the Cat, right? But each one of these books are amazing, and I'm going to do another video about them. And then, of course, we have our hard books for our very little ones that are rough on books. Coming over here, we have our dispatch area. They have a computer. They can answer the phone. They could take the report and radio to the fire chief. And here's their headset. Again, you have the dispatcher necklace, the operator report. This is where they're going to talk. They're going to ask who called. They're going to write the name down. So practicing names. They're going to draw where. The time. Now, pre-K, obviously, they're not going to know about time, but they can, draw the hands on it. But if you get into, like, let's say first grade, that's a perfect skill to hit. What's the emergency? Was anyone hurt? They're going to X out or check mark, and then they're going to circle a house fire, forest fire, accident, or animal rescue. And then they're going to say if there's any important notes, like how to, maybe they could do directions on how to get to that exact position. They're going to talk about if anyone's injured, who those are. So you just have so many different skills. Coming over here is the dressing room, where they try on outfits and they put it away with the gear checklist. Diamond wanted to say hi. And then you have the boots. I found these boots at Target for like $4 or $5. And then that came from Amazon. One of my kids wanted to dress up as the Dalmatian dog, so I actually found a set that had a hat. Coming over here, you have the firefighter costumes. I did include some sets like that are going to be used, like, the paramedic and EMT, so that there's a variety of different suits that they can wear. Coming over here, we have the fire chief's office. So you have the clock, you have the fire danger, and I added a tab here so that they can move it, which is awesome. The kids loved that. The I can, so he's going to manage, or he or she's going to manage the fire station, answer the phone. They're going to ring the bell, so we just made that the pretend bell. They're going to give directions, and then they have the little map there, monitor the fire danger, and as you can see, each one of these has pictures next to it, so that the kids, obviously who can't read, know exactly what they can do. This is something that I teach, and then it just moves over to the kids being so independent. The emergency report that he's going to fill out. Now, I have laminated all of my books and I printed them in color, but they also come in black and white so that kids can use the pencils. I just like to reuse them, so that's why I bind it. So they're going to say what vehicle they need, whether it's a fire truck or if it's a forest fire and they're having to put it out with the helicopter, who's going, where they get to draw, what equipment was used. You have so much vocabulary in this. You can, if you're trying to hit, like, let's say CBC E hose, you could have them decode some of these words. If you're using Saxon phonics, what type of emergency it is, if it's an animal rescue. And then I always have a back cover, so I laminate it so I can make it into a book. Coming over here is the kitchen, where they can cook their food, clean the kitchen, and put away. So I'm, again, responsibility to the kids to be able to clean it all up. So all together, this side is the fire station. Oh, and let me not forget, we have meet the staff and the necklaces. And phone book, and then of course there's my markers and erasers over there. So this portion here is the yellow part, which is the fire station. We're going to come over here to the rescue mission. So we have the training center, and this again is another set that is Make It Monday, where they can pretend to climb the ladder, which I'll show you a little bit later, and put out the fire. And I explained how I made this, how I put them on clips so that the kids can move the fires. And then I kind of talk about the fire extinguisher, which is so cute. It's actually a bubble maker, so this is something that we're going to use outside, obviously. But you have eye-hand coordination, trying to put out the fire. And then I know that's you're going to say it's going to make a mess. I use special material that this is actually wallpaper, so it wipes off. So catch that video on Make It Monday. Again, another YouTube video that I did. We have a forest fire here. So they're going to try to rescue the animals. They're going to put him into the carrier and save them, and then put out the fires. And then I use different forest animals. Over here we have a car crash. So this is where they're going to use those cones that you saw earlier to block it off. And then if there's an injured person, they're going to pretend with the EMT to rescue them and help them. Over here we have our house fire. The rescue mission altogether has one I Can poster. And they're going to save animals, rescue and help people, and put out fires. So I'm going to be teaching them to pretend to check the door. So all of these procedures have a reason why I created this. So if there's fire, we're going to teach stop, drop, and roll. Again, open and close signs. Here's the fire escape map. It's laminated again so that they can write on it and erase it. They're going to say where all the bedrooms are, mark all the doors and windows, and where their exit is. And this comes with a parent letter, And then there's Extend Your Learning, which is a fire escape plan, but I included it in here too because I thought it'd be good for them to practice. You have Dial 911 poster, and then you have a phone. And what I did was I took a Velcro, and so that they can pull this phone off, because I'm teaching them you get out first, then you call 911. And then if you see smoke that you're going to crawl, so they're going to crawl out. And then I made smoke. I realized that I put the fire alarm upside down. I need to change that. But they're going to practice with the smoke and then coming out of the house. And they're going to touch the door to make sure it's warm or not. I added the fire to the window, and then the smoke coming out of the window and fire on the house. And every area has a small poster or a big poster option. I have more room in mine, so I chose the 2 poster size. As you can see here in the car crash, again, there's your open and closed sign. And if you come over to the forest fire, I have the big poster and again, the open and closed sign. And for the last area in the rescue mission, it's the animal rescue. Again, you have your open and closed sign, and they're going to rescue the kitty. And then you have the fire marshal dog. It has like a kitty rescue book. We are going to read that, and then the kitty. I'm going to teach, obviously, that this is a pretend ladder. Another option, if you wanted to have a ladder, is take tape, on like blue tape on the floor and make a ladder and have them pretend to climb if you don't want to actually make this. But this is another Make It Monday video, so check that out on YouTube. It's like a $5-10 projects that DIY that's easy to make to add to your dramatic play. If you have any further questions, please leave me a comment down below. So here's another glance. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. Until next time, I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you for taking your time to watch my tour of my dramatic play, Fire Station. Have a great day, teachers. Until next time. Bye.